All right. Justin Equinich Fairgrounds. So race two just went off. There's an inquiry. I didn't really see it. I just looking at it now. The one definitely comes out on the two. They bumped kind of late. I mean, the two was coming. I mean, it was a great finish. It's funny, we have a stretch run chat and I jumped in the Twin Spires tournament, which I was watching early. And this I had handicapped this in the first race and I was 156 and I like the 6 all and it came 156 cold try. And I was talking to Mike Saletta and he's like, hey, don't be worried. And we just hit the cold, not cold. I played it both ways. I just played a minimum bet in the Twin Spires tournament, but the try bet good. The 2 win would be better for me pay wise, but seeing things good both races early. I would have probably bet a lot more on the try in the first race. I didn't bet it at all. If it didn't come up sloppy, I wasn't sure on the one once the track came up sloppy, but it didn't matter at all. So there's 6 more races. It is sloppy track. As I mentioned, one race, one, and then the 5. It paid good. They're still looking at here. 2 things I have to say before we get started. Chris Couples, wonderful win. If you don't know him, know him. He's an amazing horse player and great horseman, knows horses really well. Won the Pegasus yesterday. So, he can handicap, man. He loved Gulfstream Park too. So, and then I would say go Hawks. We play the Rams today. I talk about them a lot. A great defense. Seattle got great sports teams in baseball and football right now. It's going to be a great game today. The Rams got good offense. So, but I'm rooting for the Hawks, man. You can see their defense built for greatness, man. And Darnold just has to not turn the ball over, which running game been working. No Charbonnet, so we'll see what happens. But, all right, let's get back to Fairgrounds. They're still looking at this, though. That's a long time. The 2 is 5-1. If you just joined, I did play this try in the tournament. I just played a minimum bet, but I think I have the try for $5. I have the exacta too. I Dutched the exacta, and then the try. I think I just play. It was $5, so I have it 10 times. I would have preferred the 3. I played the 3 in the try as well. I only wanted the 3 in the 5 in the try. I thought the 1 and 2 were the only 2 horses that could win the race. Go Hawks, Gary. Yes. So we'll see what happens. Let's keep going because it'll be good for the tournament. We'll see what happens. Long ways to go. It's over at Twin Spires. It's actually $1,000 went for Kentucky. No change. So that wasn't surprising. Yeah, they're not changing that. Yeah, that's back-to-back cold tries. Only play one of them, but seeing it well. So we will mute Mr. John Dooley. Race 3. I thought you had to make a decision in this race. Is Global Honor. Bring my screen down. Sorry, I was watching multiple things there. Ohana Honor are going to take a lot of money. E-Morning Line has an even money at 32%. I put Victory Prince on top, honestly, but, you got to make decisions here. They are in the slot. It's a state Bremen special. Global Honor, I don't know if really wants a sloppy track. I think that's the question here. This comes off the turf last out. So I think that's the biggest question of is Ohana Honor or Global Honor gonna want to stop the track? So that was my biggest question on the 2. You can see the 3 win the race sim, and I thought would probably be really tough. That's where I went on top. But what I would say to you is don't dismiss the 4 horse, Clear Artemis, at a price. It's Shane. They drop, that's a big drop. That's 12 points in strength of race. Ran 4th in a 7-horse field. they're stretching out 2 turns on a slop, and I think that that's the biggest question I would say on this horse. But the 30% win, that's really good value, I would say. Currently 5-1. We talk about value, and you're getting 5-1 at 30%. That's 150%. Oh, anything over 100% to me is going to offer good value. I might play this as a tournament play, so we're going to keep going. So I like the 3 and 4. The 1 actually, so the 3 open up as the favorite. I still think the 2 going to go off as the favorite, and I'm going to play against. Here's why. So, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, this horse couldn't beat 38s and 40s and 44s and 44s. This is a 46. It said 4 chances to be easier on the turf, and now they come on the dirt on a sloppy track. I know it's Phelps, and he's a great horseman. Sophie rides, but I just can't get down with the horse taking money like that. It just hasn't beaten easier. You look at Victory Prince, has also not beaten easier, but what I would say does get a GSR increase and gets back to a dirt track. And you look at the dirt track at Fairgrounds, it's not great, and it is sloppy. Elner Scott takes over for Jade here. But, on the surface, which this horse is live, it ran well in a 44 last out. I think this horse fit, third off the lap. I think can win. I just don't trust this horse. So that's not for me. I just 3-4 there. I try to beat the 2. I'm, in this race, I probably just key in a daily double into Huck's Agenda. Oh, good luck. You need the 8. In race 3. I looked at this horse a lot. It's lightly raced. It's taking a little bit of money, but that was to be expected. I left that horse on there. That's good for you. I root for you, man. So into this race, that's good value. If that horse could show up, but I thought that here Huck's Agenda is probably a single. I might daily double out of this race too. The biggest question mark for me was Blue Moon Fire. I didn't know Kirk Zaidi until somebody explained to me, and Paco rides. So there's a lot going on here. I won't comment, obviously, but from this horse is first time out from the perspective of he can hit with firsters. And I didn't know him. I guess he used to train at Gulfstream Park and maybe Calder, somebody mentioned or something. Somebody explained to me. But it has a strong GSR. As a firster in a race like this, but I thought Kenny probably had this horse ready. It's at the right spot. It was in the 9 post in back-to-back efforts. Oaklawn and Fairgrounds was in the slop 2 back and ran his best race in the slop. In a 48, this is a 50. The 5, I think, going to take money. Joe Sharp, Jose, they fit. I think it got a shot. It might get over a bet. Our morning line shows higher. It shows the win percentage a little more wide open. So that's where I was 3-1-5 and probably heavy on the 3 Hex Agenda as a potential single and key and daily doubles. I thought that this is a short field. On the I actually have the 4 horse on top of the 3. I'd use both out of that 3 in the daily double and daily double out of this race. And probably daily double fairly heavy, and look at maybe an exacta here. So that's one I thought bet, and I thought you could key out of this race probably into the 3 horse. But so from race 5, just a claimer. I think the 3 can be a short price, but I think the 4 you get really good value. And Paco might just wire the field here. They're off the turf. This is the other off the turf. Off turf is 3-5-7. They're off the turf. Dropping, ran on the dirt for Brinkman. Paco ride. This horse won on the turf at Fairgrounds. It has 3 wins. It's run well. They get back to the dirt. And also, I just think he just goes. and pace make the race. And I think Baco could wire the group at a price. Here, we'll watch the race in race 6 or 5. And then again, I just 3-4. I'm not using the 8. 4 at a price might wire the field with Baco. And then I think the 3 just, I can't take both of these. So I take the 3. You'll see here the 8 run on the race sim. I mean, the win percents are all like split up. I mean, I don't think the 9, you can see the 8 take over. I don't know. You know what I mean? You can see back here, then the 4 comes back, the 3 comes on. But I just, in a race like this, which there's not a lot of pace, I think the 4 has a shot. That's a big pace advantage. 8 win the race sim, but I'm trying to beat that horse off the turf. I mean, you look here at the 8 Roar of Silence. I mean, the GSR drops. I'm not sure this horse even want the dirt. It's never been on the dirt. It's ran really well on the turf versus easier, but I'm not sure this horse want the dirt. So, and then in race 6, the hint of scandal. This is a big drop. I mean, 16 points out of a strength of race. I will tell you, I've never seen something I think that big coming out of the same level. So that's the State Bred Maiden Special way back in December. That was a 58. This is a 42. I mean, it's just so massive. Nearly won the race on the lead. The Apprentice rides. I don't know. I think he can get the second win today. I mean, he should. You know, I thought it was a 3-horse race, and it's those 3. I'd be looking at what happened with the 4 and how much money this horse takes. It's a firster in Bubby for Sam David. The Pedroza Rye had gray meat, all meat, you know. So, you know, it's a state bred from a work standpoint. Here, let me turn that off. It'll make it easier. You know, there's not a ton, but Sam David know how to get him ready, and he's had a good meet. I mean, you can see he's 17%. I mean, so he started out hot, but he's been having a good meet. And then Dirty straight up for Calhoun and Axel. Okay, over to the dirt. I mean, maybe this horse improves a little bit. It's going to take a lot of money, but you know, I thought the 3, he should be able to just wire this group, honestly. I don't think this horse stops. I think it's, you know, probably fine and just takes him a long way. I mean, it's State Bred Maiden Special. That's a big drop. The 4, I'd be curious, you know, how much action is that horse going to take. So, and then the last couple races, I thought the last race was actually really tough and wide open if you're playing horizontal. I thought that in this race, the 8's probably a likely. This is the 3rd off the turf event. So, you know, I think Beach Invasion, I think, is live at a price. I do. I think you then have to make a decision on these other 3 runners. But I think Beach Invasion at a price, you know, this horse in a tournament play is worth a shot potentially. Somebody I will have to think about later as a long shot. But the 8 going to take a lot of action and going to be a heavy favorite in Denizen. You looked, I mean, it's Joe, it's Jose. They win a lot of races. The GSR goes up. They get back to the dirt on a sloppy track. Back in 46. Ran second. The win percent skyrockets. Two-back was on the turf and ran second. Did back up in both efforts. Trailed, improved, steadied, held at bay, angled in, you know. So comes out of those races in Texas, and Joe Sharp gets 3rd off the trainer switch. This horse is live for sure at a maiden level. A lot of maidens today. You look here, Alexis Claire, Ben Curtis with the 2. Brad Cox and Pedroza at Blue Chair Boy. And then Beach Invasion with Paco and Cameo on the dirt. So he didn't get the lead back here or got pressured. Going 8 in New York, dueled weekend late. Didn't get the lead here. Here was pulled up. Their second time they're stretching out here. They went 8 furlongs. This is the first time actually going 2 turns for the 3 horse. The GSR increase, our genetic strength rating goes up on the 2 turns. I think we're going to run a great race up front. I think Baco going to be aggressive. Ben Curtis might be aggressive here, also directly inside on the 2 for Alexis Clare. But I think Baco probably going to be aggressive. And, and then you have Blue Chair Boy, who maybe can improve here on the surface switch. It's a tough race. But I like the 3 as a long shot, and I think 1 and 8. I'm just going to be against the 2. I know it's a long shot here, but I think the 8 stuff chalk. This horse, you got an easy lead here and backed up in the 40 and 42. I mean, it's been dropping. I don't know. They get over the dirt. I'm not sure. I'd rather have a horse like the 3 that's actually maybe improves on the 2 turn effort as the long shot. And then I think the 1 a little bit of luck. I'm not sure I'm gonna bet that, but that'd be my thoughts there. And then the last, I thought this race was wide open. I cut it down to these horses. I even thought the 4 maybe had a little bit of a look. Like I don't have any opinion late. So in this tournament, I have to make decision. It's Tampa and it's Fairgrounds. So I have Fairgrounds done. I probably gained a little bit of money in that race. I don't know how much. I think I had the exact like 10 times and I tried 10 times. So, all right. I'm going to let y'all go. Good luck today. Go Hawks. Watch that defense, man. Leonard, Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Witherspoon, Murphy. These guys can play, I will tell you. But it's going to be a great matchup with the Rams. They got good offense. You obviously have Stafford, Puka, and Devontae Adams with Kyren Williams. I think Kupp have a good game. Like, he's so dependable. JSN might get double covered. K9 just need to run the ball. Like, honestly, you just have to limit turnovers. I think they can win the game. So, all right. Good luck. There's Coast to Coast and Suns at Pick 6 carryover later, too. Another great sequence, but I'm gonna go focus on Tampa, watch some Fairgrounds. Good luck, y'all. Chat soon.